Welcome guys. Today I show a PvP build. It's a tank build, a temple build, a BlazingBoom build, the PvP dock, aka BlazingBoom build. Bada boom, shakalaka laka man. The Imperial skills are very insane. If you look, increases your experience gain with 1 and shield skill line by 15%, increases your gold gained by 1%, which when you go farm also gold, this makes a difference for me. And increases your max health by 12%. This is the highest in the game and really insane. Increases your max stamina by 10%. And last, your melee attacks have 10% chance to restore 7% of your max of health, which is really good because you get almost 80k of health, and yeah, you understand it. For the attribute points, you put 5 and the rest all in health for getting this max of health, which you see 74, 75k is pretty high. And if you drink from the Eledian, you can also take another buff which give you maybe 5k more. And finally you can reach 82k with this build if you want. And you see the magicka is pretty low, 10k, but important have this max of recovery, and that's pretty good. It's almost 2k of magicka recovery, which makes you can make your skill forever. The stamina pool 10k, and the recovery is not so important, it's just for block, and also together with your monster set synergize a special feature. And we are also a vampire, for this reason the health recoveries are pretty low, but you can also drink potions for get on level 1, so you don't have this huge flame damage which can kill you pretty good sometimes. Pretty funny. And yeah, the weapon damage are not so good, just 1400, but yeah, with the skills you will see after, it hurts pretty much. And yeah, if I put down the rune, we have almost 27k of spell resistance with 25k of physical resistances, and also a good crit of 1480, which makes you pretty good in the PvP. And like the Mundo Stone, we use the Lord, which gives you this maximum of health, and also the pieces are in Divines, yeah, for obtaining the max of health for this build. The consumables, we use Orzoga's Red Brothgar, and this gives you max of health and the high magic recovery, which is showed by 457, but in real this goes much higher up, and it's pretty good. I like it. And like pots, you can use 3-stat pots or the immovable pots, which are pretty good for the PvP. Yo, let's see the champion point. We put 5 in the Warlord for have this minimal stamina reduced costs, and very much more in the Magician for this magicka reduced costs, which I like. Then I put just 5 for have 5% more stamina recovery for the dodge roll sometime you have to do, and much more in the Arcanist, increases your max magicka recovery by 22%. You wish that. Then in Tumbling 30 for also dodge rolls, breaking free costs synergize. Then for my whole healing abilities I use the blessed 30-10%, that makes you good, and also for the passive healing if when you crit, and that's very pretty awesome. You put 100 in your flame, frost and shock damage, and 35 in spell erosion, which makes you pretty good with your blazing shield and your procs that bombs, yeah, from your PvP skill trees. And I put it 30 in resistant for I have also 4 pieces of impen together synergize, and I can put just 27 for split this up, 10 and 10% elemental and hardy for have this reduced 10%, makes you good. And now for the whole build in Bastion 100, because of your blazing shield build, the whole build focus on that, and obviously you wanna put 100 in the Bastion for getting the most biggest shield, and 15 in quick recovery for heal you up for the passive. That's it for the points. We run with 3 sets, and the first set is the Black Doctor. I got a sword in sharpened, important for make more hurts at the enemy, and I have also a shield. I prefer this in impen. You can use this also in divines for getting more health. And yeah, I have this on both bar. Here you can use also a sword. I don't want to spend money for buying a sword or finding, I don't have time enough. And also the second shield are impen. And yeah, this is if you look, this is gives you 2 times of health, and also a healing taking by 4%, and the 5th one is insane if you make this in all in gold, maybe almost 6k of health. The first set very good. For jewelry, use together with the sword and board, with your shield, the Black Doctor necklace, and also 2 rings. And very important that you have the gold enchantment of magical recovery on whole 3. You split this very pretty nice up, like the jewelry and weapons, Black Doctor, and on your body. And the second set, what you have is the Green Pact, which we know gives you also this really good health 1000 and health recovery. Okay, this health recovery is a little bit useless because you are a vampire and you destroy this at level 4. But yeah, the 4th gives you also 1000, and the 5th one are really good because if you use a buff thing that gives you all again health and yeah, recovery by 193. So we have the Black Doctor 1, this, the Green Pack the 2nd, and the best set is the Swarm Mother, which makes this build really good. And I have this in impen for the PvP. So we have 1, 2, 3 and 4 pieces of impen, and the rest pieces are okay. The shoulder I got in sturdy, I wish it in impen or divines. If you got it, you are lucky. Yeah, have to be sure that are all in heavy, 7 in heavy, and the rest I use in divines for pushing a little bit the Mundo Stone, the Lord, for getting more health. If you wanna be in drives crazy, you can also make all in divines. The skill what I use is on the main bar, Structured Entropy, which is a must-have for me, and this gives you this major sorcery which increases your spell damage by 20%, and the main reason is why I slotted is this max health by 8%, which makes the build pushed up to 80k. This is insane. And then we have Radiant Glory. This is your finisher for kill the enemy when they are low health, under 30% or 25%, and that deals not so much damage because my magica pool is not so high, but it's enough for kill the people in PvP. And more important, I put the morph Radiant Glory because when I finish off I can heal me up also for a big amount. And yeah, we have honor of that. This is the main heal for me and my PvP group. We are always 4 or 6 together, and that's are pretty good, yeah, for heal up you and others. And we have like main damage, the Blazing Shield, which is the most important skill for this build because synergize with your max health, and higher your health are, higher is this big shield which absorb huge damage from the enemy, and yeah, makes also gives back this damage to the enemy, and more people hit you on this shield, you will grow up more and more. And I was seeing that shield was critting also for 40k, and I don't know how can be that, and it's pretty cool. Blazing Shield with 80k of health is insane, and more people come to me, more I'm happy then, because I got also the absorb magic, which yeah, absorb 42k of damage. Okay, in the PvP is the health, in the PvP is just 22k, and that heals you also up for 70k. And yeah, if you put down your rune, that will heal you up all your skills wanna heal up more. You see that on the back bar then. And the main, okay, here you have two choices. You can choose or Solar Prison, which I like because of this damage reduced cost when many people attacks us, and I spend this for 10 seconds can save us asses, man, us badass. And you can put also the Ice Comet or the other from the Mage's Guild, which makes more damage and restores also more ulti then, but this one makes pretty good damage. And yeah, the reduced costs are pretty good also in the trials and in PvP and for all. And when they're, yeah, make the synergy, sorry, that ulti hurts really much, really high magic damage. Yeah, people can press the buttons and bam. And on the back bar I use the same Structured Entropy, because if you don't slot it on both bar, finally you will lose your health, and you have to be sure to get your both health on both bar the same, not on the first bar 80k and then on the second 70k. That's a joke, I think, for me. And yeah, we have this overflowing altar, which is really good when I put it down for my people. They can really good heal up, this heal up over time, and 70% if I put down my rune. Finally is 87%, and that's can also, this is just level 2, and yeah, you understand it. This is the whole 2000 of hour of ESO game. I refused it, but it's pretty good in the PvP and I use it and looks funny. Okay, the extended ritual is very good for taking off all your negative effects, and that heals you also. It's a heal over time and cleans you up, and yeah. You normalize, I don't have this skill here on, and I put another skill from other tree, like let's see, the assault. You have this which I don't got now, but I say you have to put it on the back bar, and this is a huge bomb which hurts really much and really good. So just slot it here, and we have restoring focus, which is the one of the most important skill, because when you put down this one you gain pretty much, you will see now, you gain 5000 of resistance votes, and also the received healing goes up by 80%, and the reducing of damage by 8%, which makes the Templar best in slot for PvP, and I love the Templar also. This is very good build. And we have also the Blazing Spears, which helps my friends to give back the stamina. The ulti on the back bar are delivering swarm from the vampire skill tree, and this makes a good magic damage and heals you also really good up for every enemy. And this is your panic button. When you are in the shit, you spam this, which don't cost so much, 150 of ultimate, which you have fast when you are in the big battle. And you can spam this before the solar prism or the comet, yeah, which you prefer. It's a vampire tank, and if you're gonna look, this increases your max and stamina recovery by 10%, and really important for this build is the undead passive, which say reduces your damage taken by up to 33% based on your missing health while you are below 15% of health. That means, yeah, you cannot be one-hitted by this build, never. Maybe 10 hits. And also for, yeah, but they are not so important. These two passive are really important. You go look on the heavy armor build. This is again a build like the lead chicken build, which I done 1 month before, and 7 heavy. If you're gonna look, yeah, on the stat, the recovery are high, 2000k of magica recovery, but together with the skill of heavy armor, you have this constitution, which you don't have to forget, gives you all 4 seconds 1300 of both stamina and magica recovery, which synergize also good, and this makes that you can spam your ability a pretty long time. Increases your max of health by 2% for each piece, so 7 makes 14 again, and increases your spell and weapon damage every 10 for 5 seconds, and this can stacks 20 times. This makes also that your damage and your shields, when you get very good shields, which makes a lot of damage together with this, is also pretty good. And also your healing receive it important for this build. I put just skill points in heavy armor and not in medium or light. Yeah. The untaunted bonus is not so important if you run with just one type of armor. So this is just 1% because it's not level up. You can see just untaunted level 4. But this makes finally 2%. This is just a little bit, maybe 500 of more of every stat, and yeah, for this build is not so important like for the other builds which you saw. Templar passives are important on every skill tree. I use the best, like Blazing Spears and Blazing Shield, and you have to put all inside, because if you're gonna study the passives of the healer, makes the best for PvP, the most lovely for a whole of people. And yeah, you have to look this, and this makes a really good build. They can protect, and I heal up the group, and in the same time I have huge shields on PvP, which kills a lot of people. I had like a 20 kill in 2 seconds with when explode both together. You can Blazing Shield, which goes every 6 seconds together with the bomb. Where was it? With the bomb, synergize pretty good together. And the funniest thing on this build is you have this Swarm Mother. When you block, you pull the enemy to you, so they cannot run away from you, and they die over there. The Swarm Mother are insane, because the first gives you 129 stamina recovery. Okay, for this build this is not so important, but the second one, when you blocks an attack from an enemy that is farther away than 5 meters from you, you spin a strand of spider silk to pull the enemy to you. This effect can occur every 2 seconds, practically the whole time when you block and you pull the enemy to you, and this makes you very good with the skill with the Blazing Shield, because more people attacks you and makes damage on you with your enorm high health pool. They hurts by themselves, and they kills by themselves, because finally use also the proxy that bomb on the other side or the other board, and together with Blazing Shield you kill all. Yo man, if you block and your monster set will pull the enemies to you, and you got on your proxy bomb and your Blazing Spears, shields, and the whole people hitting you, and this explodes in yeah, this is really funny build, man. I never believed it before. Damn tank PvP Black Doctor, the lovely PvP Doctor build, man. So thanks for watching, and I see you to a next idea. Peace, man.